Hi all. So let's make that straight for starters, shall we? Okay, so I'm just going to show you how to make these two face scrubbies. This is using the double crochet or treble crochet for UK terms. I'm going to show you how to do the square one first, and then we'll show you how to do the round one. Okay, so all we need, a pair of scissors obviously to snip your yarn. We're using a 3mm hook. And this is the yarn I'm using, which is about 4-ply, I believe. And this is just yarn in colours, 100% mercerised cotton. This colour is actually deep cerise. It's really pretty. It's colour 034 if you're interested. If we just take the tag out of it. So yeah, I'm going to make this square one first, which is really simple. It has 16 stitches and 7 rows, and that's it. That's all it's going to take, 16 stitches and 7 rows. We're going to start with the chainless start, the foundation chain I think it is, so that we don't have to worry about doing a chain. So we're literally just going to do the 16 stitches, so I'm going to show you how to do that. So find my end, obviously create your slip knot. And then we're going to do the chain and the first row, or your second row, all in one go. Okay? So we're just going to yarn over, pull through one, yarn over and pull through two. So it's created 2 chains, and that's as far as we're going to go for the chain. Now as we're doing the double crochet, we're going to yarn over, and we're going to go back through the back loop of that first stitch. You don't have to go through the back loop, I prefer to go through the back loop. It'll be a little fiddly, especially with yarn this size, but gone through, yarn over and pull through. I've got 3 loops. Now we'll yarn over and pull through the first one. That's now created our chain. And then we're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through the remaining 2, and that creates the first stitch of the next row. So let's come in a little so you can hopefully see a little better. So we yarn over. Now we created this chain, so this is the one we're going to go through. Just here. So we've got the 2 little legs there. That's what we created just now. Yarn over and pull through. Now again we're going to create the next chain, because that's what we're going to next. So we're going to yarn over, pull through just the one. That's creates your next chain to go in, and then because we're doing double crochet or treble crochet UK terms, we're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through the remaining 2. So again, yarn over, go through the chain we just created, make sure you get both legs, yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through the first one to create the chain, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. So you see how it's creating the chain down the bottom here, and up here is our actual working stitches. That's what we're working to when we go back the next way. So we're going to do this until we have 16 of them. As you see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 so far, and then we just need 16. Okay? So just keep on going through doing this. I'm going to speed this up, but you take your time, just pause the video and then come back here when you're ready. Okay, so we now have our 16 stitches all the way along, so we're just going to chain 1 and then flip our work over, and we're going to work back along that way. So the first stitch here, I'm just going to chain 1 more, and that gives us our stitch for that stitch, so we can ignore that one. Though if you like to leave less gaps, you don't count this as a stitch and you go in there. It's a personal choice. if you see here, it doesn't need to be, I don't find I leave too big a gap with it, so I don't bother on this one. On some stitches I do, but this one I don't mind too much. But if you find you're having a really big hole there, a really big hole in here, then ignore the chain and work into that stitch and never count the chain as your stitch. So, as we have our 2, that counts as that one. We're going to go into this stitch here, so we yarn over, we're going to go into that stitch, make sure we catch both legs, yarn over and pull through. I'm going to yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2 again. And that's all it is to the stitch. So yarn over, go through your stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Now, once you've yarned over, pulled through, yarn over, gone through, depending on how far you pull this, depends how big your stitches are. So if you're wanting a thinner, more compact one, don't pull it up too far. If you'd like a more looser one, just pull it up a little more far. I kind of go in between of them. So I like a little bit of height on mine. If I want shorter, I tend to do half double crochets, but it's a personal preference on how far you pull that stitch up when you do it. So we're just going to keep doing this stitch along the whole length. So it's yarn over, go through your stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. Come back out again. So we're going to do that backwards and forwards until we have what was it doing? 7 rows, sorry, until we have 7 rows, and then I will show you how to finish off, okay? Make sure you get that last stitch. It tends to hide at the end. You need to make sure you get that last stitch, because otherwise you won't have enough stitches on your row. Okay, so you just kind of think, gotta make sure you pull it on up to get all your stitches. See? Okay? So you're going to chain 1, turn, and work your way back through. You could do the chain 2 and then turn, it doesn't really matter. Again, make sure you get that last stitch on the row so you don't miss it, otherwise you'll be reducing your stitches each time. Chain 1, turn, chain 1 again, and go back the other way. Okay, so we're on 10 of row 7, so this makes 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and that last one, which is always a little tricky. Can you see it just down there? Yep. A little tricky sometimes to get into. Okay, and that makes 16. So we're just going to chain 1, snip our yarn, and pull that chain through, and that finishes off our square. So that's how simple it really is. Kind of pull out your edges. It is straight, I'm just not blocking it out at the moment, so you can block them out to get perfect edges. Just pin them out wet and let them dry. But there you go, that is how to do a simple square. Let's come back out of it, shall we? Simple square scrubby. That one's a little bigger than this one because my tension is different on camera than off camera. I work tighter off camera than on camera so that you can see the stitches easier, but that's the sort of size that you would normally end up with if you have a tighter tension, and this size you would end up with if you have a looser tension. You see there's not much difference, so it doesn't really matter. It depends on personal preferences, but look at that, it's about half a row difference, that's all. So don't worry if your tension isn't perfect, they still work, they still come out basically square, so it's all good. You just want to weave in your ends. You'll want to just take, thread your yarn and then come down through your stitches, go backwards and forwards a couple of times and down through your stitches. That just secures it in place. You won't even spot them when they're done. Okay, so nice and simple. Ooh, go back that way. So check out the next video where I'll show you how to do them in the round.